Hi and welcome to the first video after our rebrand from Booksgenie.ai to Librava.ai. Why we are rebranding? Because we are adding more features that is not book only related, but we are getting the platform to the next level. And in this video, I'm going to show you one of the latest features that we added to our platform, that is how to create coloring books that are not like the usual coloring books you find, but these are coloring books where you can introduce like activities and like mini activities and stories as well. And they sell very well on Amazon KDP and on other digital platforms such as Etsy. So let's get started. Head to Librava.ai and then you create an account and basically you log in. You will be redirected to the studio. In my case, I already have an account, so I'm just going to go here and click on Go to Studio. This will open the Librava Studio, and this is the dashboard. As you can see, I don't have any project. So the first thing we need to do is to create a project. I just click on Start Your First Project. This opens a dialog. As you can see, we have different categories. We have KDP book and we have custom. So KDP book, if you choose this one, it means that we are going to make sure that the margins and all the requirements from Amazon KDP are fulfilled when you create like a book using these category. And if you choose custom, that means you can create like different kind of sizes. You have full control. It's not going to enforce any KDP specific requirements. In our case, we are going to use KDP. So we can either choose custom. So I can basically create a book from start, or we can choose one of the pre-configured templates that will create like all the pages for us directly. All right, since I want to show you how you create like a project from scratch, I'm just going to choose this custom, which gives me the full control of the project. First thing we need to do is basically give a project a title. So this is my activity coloring books. This is optional for now, so we don't need to fill it. I'm just going to go and click on next. Here you choose the different binding type and the cover finish. These are similar settings you will find on Amazon KDP when you upload your book. So make sure whatever you select here is going to be the same thing you select when you upload your PDF on Amazon KDP. So I'm going to choose the default here. I'm going to use basically a paperback as a cover, and I'm going to choose this glossy. And now we have to choose the trim size. As you can see, we support our Amazon KDP sizes. So for coloring book, usually for children, I'm going to choose the 8.5 inches by 8.5 inches because that's like a square and it's small. So I'm going to choose this one and then click on next. Since we are basically creating a coloring book, everything going to be black and white. We are not planning to use any colors in our book, but if you plan, you need to also consider the different like the paper type and the ink, right? In my case, I'm going to choose the black ink and white paper. And when it comes to the page number, you can leave it at 50. You can change it however you want, because later on you can add and remove pages as well. For the sake of this demo, I'm just going to use 50 here. Usually for coloring books, if you have 32 pages, that's like kind of a standard. 24 is the minimum when it comes to Amazon KDP books. So let's leave it at that. And I'm going to basically use 24 pages. So I'm going to click on next. And this is just a recap of all the configurations that we chose. This is a trim size, and then we have the cover, and then basically with the paper and the ink, and then the number of pages. When you are happy with your configuration, you can click Create Project, or you can go back and change whatever you like. So let's click on Create Project. Once you create a project, it opens in the Studio Editor. And what I want you to do here is go to Illustrator. So when you click on Illustrator, you can see that we have this wizard here. And we have two options. We have coloring books and we have storybooks, right? For this demo, I'm going to show you how to create coloring book. And the first thing we need to do is basically like give a theme about your book, right? So maybe I'm gonna say like Lisa going back to school. Just any idea. You would do your research to see what kind of themes are selling, and then you just describe your idea, what you want here. And this is what I want to show you, interactive story mode. So when we click on this one, when we enable it, it will generate like some stories on every coloring page and also include some mini activity. That is very cool. And then here you have the option to also generate an image that we can use for our cover. So in this demo, I'm also going to enable this one. And then you can choose a language. So we have different languages here. And for the sake of this demo, I'm going to stick to English. And you specify the number of pages you would like to create. For the sake of this demo, to keep it short, I think I'm just going to create like 10 pages. So it would generate 10 coloring pages. Then we have the resolution. We either choose standard or we choose 2K. As you can see, the costs vary because the higher the resolution, the more expensive it would be to generate those images. So the default is 1K and the second is 2K. So in my case, I'm actually going to go and choose like 2K, but you can also choose 1K because either way we have the option to vectorize our images. I'm going to show you that next as well. So I'm going to choose 2K here. I keep it at simple and then create an outline. So as you can see, when you create an outline, it also takes like 2 credits from your credit balance. So I'm going to click on create. This will take some time. So the AI now is taking your theme and try to create like coloring pages based on that theme. So it will come up with an outline and we will see it once that's done. It can take some time depending how busy the services are. All right, so as you can see, we have now our outline. Because we enabled the creation of an image for the cover, it's added here. As you can see, this is a book cover image and our book title, Lisa's Back to School Adventures, right? And these are the different scenes, like the different pages, because I said I would like to have 10. So the AI generated like 10 different pages. So as you can see, the story here, Lisa is excited to see how many friends are playing on the background. And then the activity, mini mission, count all the children playing together. So you have the option now to click and generate the images because now you did not generate the image. Or we can just do here and click on generate remaining. And to generate all these images, it will basically take 220 credits from our balance. So I'm just going ahead and click on generate remaining images so that I would generate all of them. All right, now the images are being generated. At this point, you can actually leave. You don't have to wait for the images to be generated right away because this can take some time. And then you can come back and continue. So let's wait for the images to be generated and then we can continue. So you can see we have one of the images has already been generated. And you see now that we have this nice looking coloring books that have title, and this is kind of a story. And then we have like color the biggest book on the shelf. This is like the mini activity for the kids. These ones are pretty much done here as well. And we have these. Yeah, they are looking pretty good. And obviously, if you don't like what the image looks like, you can always hit regenerate, right? You can always click on regenerate to generate a new one. And yeah. One thing also I would like to mention, like, yeah, if the image fails to generate, the credit that was deducted from your balance will automatically be refunded. So you will only get credit deducted if the image is successfully generated. So you will not be losing your credit just because you made a request. But every time an image is generated, that balance is deducted. So we still have just one to go. And finally, we have our last image. So now we have all of our images generated. All right, so let's now click on layout. And this basically tells us how we would like to add these images, right? So we have different page layout. We have bordered with a title, bordered without any title, and then plain with a title and plain. For this sake of demo, I will choose the bordered. So I would like my pages to have a border, and then I have the image here. And then you can select where to add these images. So we need to have 11 images, right? So I'm basically going to select the pages. So I'm going to do page number 1 for the title, and then I'm going to do like actually 1, and then okay, let's do 1 to 11. Okay, so I selected 11 images, and then I'm click on add pages. And now we have our pages added to our book. As you can see, when I scroll, you can see all of these pages being added, and they look actually pretty cool, right? Yeah, so all of these now are actually images that got generated, and they are in like rasterized format, right? For the print to get like better print result, even though if you print it right now on Amazon KDP, this will be accepted in Amazon KDP. We tested it, and we actually have some books that are being on the market already. But you can also just click on vectorize. When you vectorize, we are going to turn this image into a vectorized image that can scale like however we want it, right? So to give you an example, just select the image here and then click on vectorize. So as you can see now, this is a vectorized image, right? We don't have any background. Everything is very crisp and professional looking, right? And yeah, one thing to mention as well, all the images that we generate here, you can actually reuse them whenever you want because they will be in media, and these are the AI generated images. So you can see that these are all the images that I generated. But also when I just vectorized the image, it will automatically make a copy of the image, but in like an SVG format, like in a vector format, right? So now this is actually a vectorized picture, and I would recommend that you do the same for all of your images, so you have like really crisp vector images. And this is the last image that I'm going to click on vectorize. All right, great. So all of our images are now in vector format. And what I can do as well is to reorganize my pages. So this is the grid view. I just click here, and you can see I can see all of my pages. So what I'm going to do actually, I'm going to move this page to be here, the first page for the title. And then I would like to have this like blank page. And then I would like to have the image and then blank page between them, so that when the kids do the coloring, the ink does not spin out of it. But this is optional, right? So it's up to you and how you would like to design your book. I prefer to actually have coloring books like this. So we have always the image and then blank page and then the next one. And I'm gonna move this one here. and this one, and then I'm gonna click on delete. Now we can go to our book here. I'm gonna go to the first page. And our book was actually titled this one, right? So this is our image that we got for the color, for the title. You can also just add it here so they can actually even color it, right? All right. This one you can also click on vectorize. All right, so let's see how our book looks like. Just click on the 3D book view here. And now we have the first page of our book. We can also be creative and add like this book belongs to place where people can write their names. And then we have the blank page. And then we have the same picture. So I'm gonna go back and edit that because yeah, this is like the same picture. And then the second one. And then as you can see, so we have our coloring book with mini activities created. And there are like different type of activities, right? So you can say, for example, here, the activity text is basically follow the dotted line to Lisa. And these are our blank pages. All right, now we have our interior done and completed. So the next thing we need to do is to design a cover, right? And for that, we switch to the cover type here. So I'm gonna click on cover. And we have our cover here. Let me zoom a little bit out here. So if you're not familiar with Amazon KDP, this is a template for the cover. This side is basically the front of the book, and this is the back of the book. And here we have our barcode area, and we have different colors, right? So the red like margin line here is basically the trim area. This is where the cut will happen. And then the orange area is the safe area, and this like turquoise area here, not sure if you are seeing it in the video, but this area is for the spine. Since our book is only 32 pages, we don't have like a huge place for the spine, so we don't really want to put anything there. So this is now our template. How can I create a coloring book cover? Luckily, with Librava, we do have, again, a designer. So you can see that we have the ability to design stuff using AI. In this case, I would like to design a cover. So I'm going to switch to this cover and just prompt it here. I'm going to do like beautiful cover for children coloring book with mini stories and mini activities titled Lisa Back to School Adventures. Use bold fonts and vibrant colors. You can be as detailed as you want in the prompt here. And then we basically generate a design. If you have a reference, you can also upload an image here to tell the AI, this is what I like my cover to look like. So I'm going to click on generate here. This will take some time because the AI will try to design a cover for us. All right, so we have our cover generated here. So click on generate. As you can see, the AI generated this cover. I'm not really a big fan of this color. So I can actually go and edit the prompt, maybe because I shouldn't be saying vibrant colors. So actually let the AI decide how to it, and maybe I would have, it has like 10 coloring pages. Okay. Click on generate. So this is what the AI came up with. So I think I'm going to remove this one. Obviously update the text however you want. So I'm going to click on the color here and choose this one as white. I'm not going to generate the image that the AI would suggest for me. And also here, I would like to have a page. So I'm going to click on this to generate the image. So when I click on generate with AI, it automatically fills the prompt, and then I will click on generate and the image will be generated here. As you can see, it's actually generating our image. All right, so I can just click on it and it automatically uses that page here. And I think we have really good, so maybe what I'm gonna do, just remove what the AI generated here and simply rely on this one. Can use this. So this is looking good, but then we need to basically hide this, what the AI generated here, right? It's not 2024. And we can do that easily by just going to our elements here. And then maybe I'm just going to choose one of these stars, right? And I'm just going to say, okay. And put text, click on this and say, here. Maybe we can do like 32 pages. Then I'm going to make this center. Change the color to white. And also change this one to red. You can really be creative when it comes to, obviously our book has like 32 pages, but we have 10 pages, but in a real book, you're gonna implement or create a book that has multiple coloring pages. So this is the back of the book, and what we can do actually, I can enhance this one, maybe have some effects. Yeah, I'll probably just change the color. I choose this one, which is good. And yeah, obviously we can add these shapes. because decorative stuff. And right click, layer, and then send back. And obviously what we can do as well is actually get some of the images to put on the back so the user can see what they would expect, right? So we go to our media here and just click something like this one. Obviously I don't want the SVG here, so I'm just gonna use the PNG files. Maybe add some can add more simples. Something like this. So you can be really creative when it comes to the cover design. You have all the tools to create really beautiful designs. So now that we have our design ready, we have our interiors ready, and our designs ready. This one I actually said I'm gonna change it to this page because this is our actual title. All right, now we have our title page ready and our interior is ready. So make sure that everything is saved here. As you can see, this is now telling you that everything is saved. And then you click on interior here and then just go here and click on download, or you can go and click file and download. This will open the export dialog. You have the option to download PNGs or you want to download PDFs. So for Amazon KDP, or if you want to sell your book on platforms such as Etsy and stuff, I would recommend that you choose the vector PDF because this will generate a PDF that is print ready. And then you can also select the pages that you would like to export. I think you probably want to export all of the pages, but you can also select one by one, whichever page you would like to select. Once you are done with that, you click on export PDF. So click on export. And again, this will take some time depending on how busy the servers are. You don't really have to wait for these to get done because you can always come back and you will see that your PDF is ready. So when clicking on download PDF, we have our coloring book PDF generated. And these are, as I mentioned, these are like vector images, which means you can actually zoom however you want and the quality does not change. So this is print ready. That's why I recommend to vectorize your images when you are creating like coloring books. And as you can see, we have this one, and then we have the blank, and then we have our coloring book, which starts, and these are the ones that have the border when we generated it, right? And so on. So the full pages have been generated, and all of these are actually adhering to the Amazon requirement when it comes to the margins and stuff. So when you upload this one to Amazon KDP, it will just pass their validation. All right, now this is how you download your interior. And similarly, you can actually go back and you can always find the exported files, so you can always download them without creating a new export if that's what you want to. And now we do something similar. We just switch to our cover here. And similarly, I'm just going to click on download my cover as a PDF, and it's similar information, similar format. So just select the page you would like to export as your cover, and then click on export. Again, when the systems are busy, you don't really have to wait for this to happen. So you can just leave and come back once it's done, because you will receive a notification. Click on downloads. And now we have our cover that we can upload on to Amazon KDP. That's pretty much how you can create these beautiful and very well and is good selling kind of books, right? And as I said, is AI generated, so always make sure that, okay, the images are actually looking good, there are no mistakes and so on. And then if there is like any mistake with the AI generated, you can always regenerate those images, right? So that's one of the exciting features that we added to Librava Studio. And in the next videos, I'm going to walk you through all the new functionalities and features that have been added to our new Librava Studio editor. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.